Release any thoughts outside of your body. Focus on your posture, pulling your shoulders back, sitting tall, completing each inhale. I want you to take these reminders throughout the day. Remind yourself to not allow your shoulders to roll forward, not to cut your breath short. Sometimes we all need to just take a moment just for ourselves. I want you to keep your eyes relaxed as you start to roll your neck. Start by dropping your ear to your shoulder, hold there for a breath, and then start to roll your neck side to side. Try to avoid letting your shoulders follow. Keep your shoulders pulled back. Keep your posture upright. Okay, I want you to bring your head back to center. We're going to extend our feet, so I'm going to turn to the side. You can turn with me or you can stay facing forward. That's up to you. Placing your hands behind you for support. Let's go ahead and take our right leg and cross it over your left. You're welcome to stay here with that left leg extended, or you can hug that leg closer to your body. Using your left arm, you're going to press that elbow against your knee and look over your right shoulder. Focus on not allowing your body to sink into the stretch, but rather sit and lift. You can get a deeper stretch through those lats by pressing that elbow into your knee here. Slowly rotate your chest back to center and extend that left leg out in front of you. Allow the inside of that right leg to open. So if your ankle is on your knee, go ahead and bring it above or below your knee, so not against your knee here. In that figure 4 position, you're gonna reach forward. So if you have a belt or a yoga strap, you can use that and wrap it around your foot. Some of you may be able to reach for that foot with your hands. Let's slowly lift ourselves back up, placing our hands back behind us for support. as you slide that left foot flat to the floor. So I want you to keep that figure 4 position and scoot your bottom as close to your foot as you feel comfortable going. So in these stretches or throughout this class, you should feel uncomfortable, just a little bit, a little discomfort, but it should not be painful. So if at any point you feel pain, go ahead and stop, find a modified version. Relax in child's pose. Listen to your body. Extending that left leg, uncrossing your right. Let's go ahead and shake it out before we go into the other side. Starting with your left leg crossed over your right. Again, optional. You can leave that leg extended or hug it in closer to your body. This time, our right arm crosses to look over our left shoulder. Amazing job, everyone. Let's rotate back to the front. Extend our right leg as we open up into our figure 4. Again, I want you to adjust your ankle placement either above or below your knee, so not on your knee. When you're ready, you're either using your yoga strap, a belt, or you're reaching down for that foot with your hands. Take your time to lift yourself back up. Place those hands behind you for support and slide your right foot flat to the floor. Again, bringing your bottom as close to your foot as you feel comfortable going. Let's go ahead and extend that right leg out in front of you. Uncross your left, shake it out, and let's swing those feet behind us onto all fours. In our tabletops position with your shoulders and wrists aligned, knees and hips aligned, let's go ahead and do a few cat-cows on our own, following our own breath. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you round through the spine. Continuing following your own breath. As you complete your last exhale, let's bring our spine back to neutral. I'm going to have you do something a little different here. So we're going to draw a C with your hips. So you're rounding, almost like you're doing a side crunch, drawing a C with those hips over to the other side. Just kind of loosen the hips, the back, Bring your hips back to center and relax back into your heels for child's pose. I'm gonna walk my hands side to side. You listen to your body. You can follow me, or you can rock your hips side to side, or just sit in child's pose. Bring your hands back to center. Inhale, shift back into tabletops. Let's round or tuck our toes under, lift our knees up and hips back into downward dog. Feel free to pedal out through those feet. On your next inhale, let's bring our gaze up towards our hands and slowly step our feet forward. Holding your forward fold, adjusting those hands as needed. Go ahead and just wag your tail. Just make small movements with the hips. Slight bend through the knees as we roll into standing. Head is last to come up. Inhale, bring those arms overhead. And exhale your arms to your sides. So I'm going to stay facing the side here. You may find benefit facing me for this exercise. I just think the visual might be a little better from the side. So you're going to find about hip length apart. You may feel a little comfortable, a little wider. I want you to lift your toes and squeeze your butt. Squeeze your glutes. Everybody's toes will rotate a little bit differently. Everybody's hips are a little differently. With your hands on your hips, your middle finger on your hip bone, your thumb behind you, you're just going to rotate your pelvis. So notice my chest isn't moving. It's just my pelvis. So you're using your thumb to roll those hips under, your middle finger to roll it back. Feel that pelvic control. Notice the release in the core contraction as you push those hips back. Notice they kind of crunch as you roll under. I want you to find a neutral position, so you're not completely rolled under or back, right about neutral. Notice that core is still contracted here. With your feet, I want you to grip the floor. So imagine your feet are a tripod. Your toes are gripping the floor. Glutes are now engaged. From here, I want you to keep everything tight. Push those hips back. We're going to sit back into a squat. So notice here, because everything is engaged, I'm not dropping here. I'm not arching at the back. Everything is staying in their tight lines. And bring it up. You might have noticed your feet rotate out a little bit, your foot placement adjusted. Go ahead and do that a few more times on your own. If you have a mirror, take advantage of it. Notice feet are flat on the floor. Heels are not coming up. Feet are not rotating in. Yes, I can turn to the front so you can see it from a different angle. I'm not favoring one side or the other. Although I like to favor my right side, I'm really focusing, trying not to do that here. Bet you've never had so much and for a squat before. So much information. All right, at the bottom here, I want you to use your elbows, press them against your knees. What I don't want you to do is see, I'm kind of relaxing here in the bottom of that squat. Stay right here, so before your hips tuck under, and hold. Back is in one line. Slowly stand it up. As you exhale, adjust those feet back in line with your hips. Next time you do a squat, I know that was a lot to remember. Just start to practice those. Take a deep breath in. Especially if you don't have any weights around you, now's a great time to perfect that body weight squat. Down into that forward fold. Our right foot will stay forward, left foot will step back for our runner's lunge. Heel stays parallel with your front foot, so it's not rotating in. Modification would be to release that back knee to your mat. Left hand stays flat on the floor as we raise our right arm. Eyes follow in that direction. Replacing your left hand with your right. This time allowing your heel to release behind you as you raise that left arm up. So here's the extended version. If you want to modify, you can place that elbow on your thigh. Notice my chest is not rolling forward, keeping everything open here. As we place our left hand down, go ahead and lift and rotate your heel behind you to follow. Back into our runner's lunge. Step back into your plank position. Drive those hips back, adjust your feet into your downward dog. Amazing job, everyone. Let's take that inhale, eyes forward. Exhale, walk or step those feet forward into your forward fold here. Going into that sequence on the other side. This time, left foot stays forward, right foot steps back into our runner's lunge. Modified version, releasing that knee down to the floor. Right hand on the floor, left hand raises. One thing I mentioned to my boot camp class earlier, I don't want you to feel guilty if you're choosing a modified version or a different level. I don't want you to feel guilty. Any movement is better than no movement. How we feel today may not have been the same as last week, and that's okay. Replacing our right hand with our left, allowing our heel to release as we open those hips, raising our right arm. Again, modified version, elbow on your thigh. Whole version, hand on the floor, reaching up. Let's place our right hand back on the floor as we lift and rotate our heel behind us. Runner's lunge. Big step back, plank. Soft release with the knees as we sit back into child's pose. Use this time to recenter. Slow inhale, shift your weight into tabletops. Tuck our toes under, lift those knees up, hips back, downward dog. Inhale, bring your gaze forward. Exhale, step your feet towards your hands. A little quicker this time. Slight bend through the knees as we roll up, head is last. Big breath here. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale to your side. Let's go ahead and adjust that feet placement. Feet are in line with your hips, toes are facing forward. We're gonna start with a chair. I have one more balance exercise for us. Let's bring those arms up to our ears. Exhale, sitting back into that chair. Remember that core control. So remember, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. We want to keep straight lines here. Take a peek at your knees. Are they caving in? If they are, use your glutes to pull the knees out. Lifting back into standing. Exhale your hands to your sides. Again, I'm going to turn to the front. You stay where you feel comfortable. I'm going to shake it out a little bit. All right, so we do have a balance pose next. So if you have something, a chair or a desk or a couch you want to hold on to, feel free to do so, or you can try it without. So we're going to cross, remember that figure four we did in the beginning? Cross that knee, your ankle over your knee, and sit back into that chair. You can modify, if you're not quite ready for that, into your chair with both legs. This is a advanced or challenging pose, so don't feel discouraged if you're not quite ready for it yet. Just gives you something to work towards. Lifting back up, uncross, shake it out, exhale your arms to your sides. Let's take a few deep breaths before we do the other side. Let's do one more deep breath. And exhale. I'm going to do, so this is my more challenging side. If this is your more challenging side, again, don't feel discouraged. Maybe you're holding on to something. Maybe you're doing both legs. Again, it just gives you a challenge, something to work towards. Uncross those legs. Shake it out. I told you that was my harder side. Take a deep breath in. Exhale your hands to your sides. Let's do 2 more deep breaths together. On your next exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Hips pressed back, lengthen through the spine. Release here. With your hands on the floor, bending your knees if you need to, we're gonna hop or step back into our plank position. Again, gently release those knees. Sit back in your child's pose one more time, using this time to recenter. Taking your time to bring those hands below your shoulders, using them to press yourself up. Let's go ahead and scoot back onto our glutes. Bring those feet forward. Take your time to release down to your mat. From here, hugging both knees into our chest and drawing small circles with our lower back onto our mat. Reversing the circle when you're ready. Keeping one knee tucked into your chest, other leg extends out in front of you. Let's use the outside or use our opposite arm to reach for the outside of our knee. Allowing that knee to cross over. If you're comfortable, allowing your hip to release and opening your arm out to the side. Take your time to roll onto both hips, bring that knee back to center. We're gonna allow our knee to open out to the side, but not let our other hip follow. Bringing our knee back to center. Placing our foot on the floor. Let's get ready for the other side. Start with our knee tucked in. Extend your heel out in front of you. Reaching for the outside of that knee. Let's bring it across our body. If you're comfortable, allowing your hip to release here. Arm is extended out to the side. Slowly rolling onto both hips, bringing that knee back into our chest. Allowing our knee to open out to the side without letting our other hip follow. Bringing our knee back to center. Placing your foot on the floor and sliding your heel out in front of you. Let's bring those hands to our sides, palms facing up. Relaxing your eyes if they are not already. Let's pull those shoulders down and away from our ears. Maybe allow those toes to roll out so that your hips feel comfortable. Relax any tension in your jaw. Maybe even in your forehead. And just continue to keep your mind focused on your breath. Keep your mind focused on you. Take your time to bring movement back into your fingers and your toes. Slowly bring those arms overhead, lengthen your body. Roll over to one side. Allow your hip and shoulder to follow. Take your time to open your eyes here. And slowly press yourself back into your comfortable seated position. I have a friend. He got scared with someone outside, so I had to bring him inside. Working from home. Take a few deep breaths. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale your arms to your sides. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale your arms to your sides. One more time, connect those hands into prayer. Exhale your hands to heart. Namaste. Thank you all for joining our yoga, pet-friendly yoga. Have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. If you have questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to let me know. Say bye. Can I get up now? Oops, sorry. You silly. Thank you, Gabriella. Thanks, Easy.